Manifestation Q&A. This is episode 1. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. It's good to have these Q&A sessions. People send in questions to the videos, and it helps everybody to get more clear about how all of this works. So I like to throw these in, and I like to remind everybody that manifestation is the result of the vibration you're broadcasting. You're broadcasting energy at all times, and what is manifesting is the result of that broadcast. So you can see very clearly that if you want your life to change in terms of what's manifesting, you must change the broadcast. And what is the broadcast? It's your present moment thought energy combined with your belief energy. And you see in the videos that if we want to change that belief energy, it's a matter of using our conscious mind with new thinking habits that we repeat, and that gradually displaces those old faulty beliefs and gets that energy all high vibration. So let's look at some questions here. So the first one, the one thing I'd like a specific video on is how to escape negative vibration. I know it's bad while I'm in it, but thinking positive feeling thoughts contrived and isn't really effective for me. And that's a great point, because there's no sense in trying to say positive feeling thoughts to yourself that you really don't feel, because quite frankly that will make the negative energy gather even more momentum. So if you say a thought, if you're feeling a negative emotion and then you think a new thought and it sounds positive but it doesn't feel positive, it's no good to you. You've got to find a thought that literally causes you to feel at ease and relaxed and that everything is okay and on track. And how do you do that? Well, let's take an example. Let's say you're experiencing some lack of flow of abundance, and so somebody tells you, just say the affirmation, I am rich. Well, that by itself is not going to do anything for you unless you really understand why you're rich and can feel the richness that you are. So how do we achieve that? Because that affirmation right there is just going to create more negative energy unless you understand why it's true. So if you look at the creative process, well, we know that asking is automatic. And as soon as we ask, our inner being creates it vibrationally. So there's one reason why we actually are rich. We get everything that we want, but we get it vibrationally first. And so it doesn't, unless you know this, you don't know that you're rich, and you don't feel like you're rich, and you don't feel like you have the things that you want. So you got to get really cozy and comfortable with vibrational reality and the fact that your inner being is listening to you as you go through your life and your day, and picks up on what you don't like and what you want more of and creates it for you. So you know right now, given the life you lived, your vibrational reality is enormously full and all queued up for you to receive so many things. So this is one way that you actually are rich. The other thing that makes you rich is that as you understand this creative process and all the elements and all the pieces to it, you know that you can think good feeling thoughts all of the time, no matter what's happening. There is a good feeling thought to be had. And when you do that, when you learn the ways that you can perceive things and perspectives you can gain on them to see how they're serving you and helping you versus against you, or that you're stuck in something and that kind of thing, then you can think those good feeling thoughts all the time. So in other words, you have an unlimited amount of good feeling thoughts available to you at all times in all situations. You are rich in good feeling thoughts if you learn the creative process and you practice it and trust it, and then you can learn to think a good feeling thought all the time. And anytime a negative emotion comes, you can say, well, that's not true, and it's not true for this reason, and what is true is this. And then you talk about why it's true, just like I did here about why you're rich. Now, once you embrace what I just said, you can say, I am rich. And then you have a legitimate way to talk about it. And you know that everything you want is a vibrational reality first. And as you fill your day, fill your mind with good feeling thoughts, that allows you to receive the path that brings you together with those things that your inner being has set up. And the path itself is full of riches. It's full of all kinds of wonderful experiences and connections and inspired action and great ideas and all that good stuff. So you are rich. We're all rich. We're filthy rich. We're amazingly rich. We're totally rich. We're born rich. We're always rich. And when you can talk with yourself like that around abundance, then you know you're okay and you don't feel that lack anymore. And you can say, I'm rich and this is why. And as you keep practicing that and keep reinforcing that, then you eventually displace the faulty belief and you're going to feel good in that topic. Now, you can do this with every topic of your life. You can get the way that when a negative emotion comes up, that you can say that's not true, because a negative emotion always means what you're thinking is not accurate with this creative process. And then you talk about what is accurate and relative to this creative process, and all of a sudden you're feeling good. You can, with relationships, with job, with health, with anything, you can use this as a way to say, okay, what I just thought about that aspect of my life, it's not true. I have a negative emotion. That's my inner being telling me that thought doesn't agree with what's really going on here. So what is going on? So then I talk about that. If you want to say a relationship, for example, maybe a person has a thought, relationships never work out, or they always seem to end up this way, or I always get the ones that behave like this, whatever it is. Many thoughts like that, faulty belief types of thoughts. And then you come to the creative process and you realize, oh, my experience with that person caused me to ask for this other kind of experience. Well, my inner being set it up, orchestrated the path to it, knows who the person is, who will be that one that will match up to what I want. And as I feel good feeling thoughts, and a big part of that is knowing this, because now I know it's on the way, I can appreciate those other experiences for what they caused me to ask. And now I feel good and I'm anticipating and expecting to receive that wonderful relationship that I'm dreaming about. And so there you go. So now that's the way you talk yourself into a good feeling place. And you can do it with any topic. So there's some really good examples for you. And that answers that question. And the next one is, Brian, 3D world is governed by time and condition. In this sense, when our energy is 100% match, the things that we want in a moment, or say few days, things should manifest right away, or it still takes time to manifest. Just that time is shortened. You said when there's no blocking in the pipe, things manifest, is given to us. But then I was just wondering, as 3D has the condition of time, unlike pure energy, will things really just show up? Or just that things show up in accordance with time and condition? Well, this is a great question, and it has so much in here for me to talk about, and will clear up so many things. So let's take this apart a bit. And first thing is, 3D world is governed by time and condition. Now, that's a faulty belief. 3D world is not conditioned or governed by time and condition, although time and condition is part of the experience of 3D. What governs what's going on in our physical world is our vibration. And when our vibration is high, then the way that things come to us, the way that conditions come to us, because they're all manifested, and the way that the time unfolds in our day is in accordance with that vibration. Now, you're going to understand this more as I go through this. But just for now, just remember, our 3D world is governed by our vibration. And that's it. And whatever that vibration is, then all the orchestration of universal resources work around that vibration and deliver to us in timing and in ways that are a match. So let's keep going here. Okay, in this sense, when our energy is 100% match, okay, let's go over here. Okay, so amount of time and positive emotion, it's not the clock, it's how you're feeling around the clock. That's what's going to determine how your life is unfolding. Okay, now we're talking about 100%. What was the question again? It said, when our energy is 100% match. Now that's an interesting point. What is energy being 100% match? Well, we got to remember there's two things about our energy, and that's present moment thought energy. So our present moment thought energy could be 100% positive emotion, which is the match to the things that we want, because the things that we want are positive emotion. That's the frequency of them. So when you're in a positive emotion, you are the match to all of your desires. We also have this thing called our beliefs in our subconscious mind, and they're broadcasting too. So if we have been believing that we can't have something that we want, and then we start to believe that we can, and we continue that belief. In other words, our present moment thought energy is consistently, and we track it with our daily emotion tracker, our daily emotional energy is positive emotion. Then in 30 to 90 days, we can swing that momentum, because it's like a train. And if we get a belief that says we can't have something, we don't believe that we can have it, there's some reason we need something that we don't have, whatever that faulty belief is, we've got to get that momentum turned around. And so our present moment conscious mind, as we're thinking those good feeling thoughts, and it's 100% positive emotion, it's still got to work on the momentum of the faulty belief, because the faulty belief momentum is still dominant. So it's going to be the one that is going to be the result of the manifestation for a little while, until you change that momentum using your positive emotion in your conscious mind. It's extremely important that you understand that. Now, once you clean that up, then the manifestations do happen faster, because there's no momentum to shift. But until you get those faulty beliefs cleaned up, then there's always going to be a delay based on the amount of momentum you got in that faulty belief. Now, usually 30 to 90 days will clean it up, but that's a rule of thumb. It could be more, it could be less. It just depends on the momentum. So over here, when our energy is 100% match, you gotta understand the effect of our present moment conscious energy, and the energy, the vibration of our beliefs is factoring in there. So that's important too, because that has to do with time. More time if there's faulty beliefs where momentum has to be changed. Okay, what else here? It still takes time to manifest. Okay, let's talk about that. It takes time to manifest. So when we want something, so we're standing here in our present moment today, and we want something which is going to come to us in some future date. Now that will depend on what I've just talked about, our faulty beliefs and our present moment thought energy. And the cleaner that is, the more high vibration that is, the quicker we receive the path, okay? So our inner being takes care of the time for us to receive the things that we want. And it's not a clock time, it's just a path time. In other words, our inner being wants us to have, and we came for joyous expansion. So our inner being is not going to set up details for us to receive what we want that's going to cause us any struggle or strain or hardship. It's going to make sure it's a very comfortable, easy path that we enjoy. So joyous expansion means we're expanding to things that we want in a joyous way. That means each day of our life, it's flowing in satisfying ways. So we got to give up the clock because that's low vibration. When we try to think of time in a specific time, our inner being is the one that's really taking care of the time factor. It's our job to know what we want and why we want it, that emotional reason. And then that lets us to, when what's positive emotion, allows us to receive these path details. But again, if we're switching around some momentum, some faulty beliefs, then we do, for a little while, as we're thinking in our conscious mind, pure positive thoughts, positive emotional thoughts in our daily life in general, and if our desires happen to come to mind, that we have good feeling thoughts about those. We don't have to think about those, but as they come to our mind, we want that all to be positive emotional energy. And as we do that, then we're allowing ourselves to receive the path. So you can see time is not something we want to think about. We don't want to be looking for manifestations. We want to trust the process. It's a done deal. Life caused us to ask our inner being, set up the path, just like I talked about in this. We ask because of going through our day and finding things we don't like or want more of. Our inner being creates it. It's a done deal. And the allowing with our good feeling thought energy allows us to receive the path. So the law of attraction takes that positive energy and hooks us up with the details of the path, and then of course we receive. So we don't want to really get tangled up in time. The when, where, who, and how is the components that our inner being figures out, and we use our good feeling, present moment thought energy to make sure our beliefs are going to be clear and they're positive, and that all of that high vibration energy allows us to receive the path. And we're not in a hurry when we know how this works, because the path is a very joyous part of life. What else is said here? You said when there's no blocking in the pipe, things manifest, and that's true. So the blocking of the pipe has to do with if you have faulty beliefs. So again, you're getting up and you're looking at your daily emotion tracker, and for the last week you've been really high vibration, positive emotion filling up your day, and that's great, and that means that you are in the process of displacing faulty beliefs and receiving the path. And if you trust that, then you just go along, and again, 30 to 90 days can make a big difference. That's a rule of thumb. That's not written in stone. It could be less, could be more. But the thing for you to do is to trust the process. You must trust this process. If you do not trust this process, then you are going to waver, and you're going to wonder where the things are, why they're not showing up, what's happening, and that's all low vibration, and you just slide right back into low vibration energy, and you reinforce those faulty beliefs, and then you're going to take more time to receive what you want. So yes, the time factor has to do with, and the faulty beliefs have to do with clearing up the pipe. In other words, you're purifying your energy, you're getting your subconscious beliefs all cleaned up to high vibration. That's cleaning up the pipes. So that's basically answering all of that question, and you can see these are two great questions. So from what I said here, you can really get a lot of great information on how to go about your day and to make sure that you're in the kind of energy that's clearing up your faulty beliefs and letting you receive the path to your desires. And when you know all that, you're going to feel good around the clock, and you're not watching time. You're just enjoying your day, and you know things are on the way and getting better for you all the time. And if you need help with any of that, both my books, The Book of Life and Higher Vibrations for Health, Happiness, and Harmony. The Book of Life, of course, will tell you all about this creative process and give you lots of stories, scripts in the book, samples that you can use or adjust to your own liking, teaching you to talk high vibration language, which cleans up all your energy in your subconscious, your beliefs, gets your present moment thought energy positive, and life is going to flow for you in the good high vibration ways that you came for. The book Higher Vibrations for Health, Happiness, Harmony has a 20-week program, and that's all about helping you to get your daily thought choices in order so that you are going through your day, and the things that you are doing in your day, that you're choosing the good perspective, the positive aspects, and really retraining your mind to think in those good feeling ways. So that's it for this video. Answers those questions. Feel free to keep sending those questions in, and I'll do these Q&As, which I'm sure whatever question you have, many others have, so it helps lots of people. Okay, thanks for listening in. Enjoy your day. If you have any comments, leave them on the post.